Hello, hello, hello. Tipsy here again. We are going to be doing a Q&A video today. I posted in my Discord channel about a month ago that I was going to be posting a Q&A video, so answering all the questions that you guys may have that I may have not already answered in stream or in Discord or anywhere else I could have possibly answered it. There's a lot of questions. One of my mods, Munster, thank you so much. Munster made a sheet for me in Microsoft Word that has all of the questions that you guys asked. There's about 30 or so questions, so I don't know for sure if we're gonna do all of them. I guess we'll kind of just see how it plays out. Depends on how long I go into answering each of these questions. Just before we get into it, just so that I can explain who I am, my name is Tipsy, or my real name is Brooke. I stream on Twitch. I play a lot of Rocket League. Pretty bad, I guess. I am around Diamond 1 and 2s, which I'd say is probably close to my accurate rank. I'm Champ 2 in Rumble. Don't know how that's possible. Diamond 3 and 3s. Everything else is kind of a struggle. You know, 1s, I'm sitting in Gold 3. I want to get to Plat at some point, but I feel like there's so many things I still have left to work on that I'm just not gonna get there quite yet. I'm okay with Gold 3. I feel like I deserve Gold 3. I'm not quite on the level of Plat yet, but maybe I'll get there someday. So we will go ahead and start with the first question, which was from Tren. And she says, what inspired you to do Twitch/streaming? So what inspired me to do streaming, honestly, is my brother had messaged me and said, you know, you play a lot of Fortnite, maybe you should try streaming it on Twitch. So I talked to one of my friends, Maya, about it, and she said, you know, you're supposed to be really good at a game before you stream it. You probably wouldn't be that great, you know, and then at that point I was like, oh, okay, you're probably right. Like, I'm not very good at the game, so it probably wouldn't be fun to watch. So I didn't do that, but I started watching Twitch even more after that when I figured out what it was. This was probably back in March or April of 2018. And then I started streaming in June, so clearly I didn't let anyone stop me there. So then I kept watching, and then I found this amazing individual named Pika Pep. At the time, her name was Pickle Pepper. And just by watching her and interacting with her, I realized this is going to be something I would love to do, just because she looked like she had so much fun with it. She got to interact with people on a different level. She got to play games with them, and she just seemed to really enjoy it. So the reason I started streaming is because my brother introduced it to me. I watched a lot of people on Twitch and realized I might like that, and then Pickle Pepper, or Pika Pep, or Carol, or that beautiful soul, she is the reason I really got into it and I really started. So I started streaming on June 8th of 2018. So about a year and 4 months ago, I think, if I'm doing math right. Yes. A year and 4 months ago. So there's the answer to that one, Trent. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. And then Munster's question is, what was the first game you ever played? The first game I really remember playing, like actually playing all the way through, was Spyro Year of the Dragon on PlayStation 2. Now, if we're talking about games I kind of just have very vague memories of playing, there's, you know, Star Fox and the Nintendo 64. And then, so I guess if it depends on if you're talking about a game that I fully played through. If you're talking about a game I fully played through, that would be Spyro Year of the Dragon. I played that beginning to end, loved it. But if we're talking about games I kind of just played here and there, you know, with my siblings, we did Star Fox on the Nintendo 64, Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game so much. It's great. What else was there? Pokemon Stadium. We always did the little, I think it's called Kids Corner or something like that, where they had all the mini games that you could play, you know, Run, Rattata, Run, Chansey, something or other. You know, I was going to say all of the games, and now I can't remember what they're called, so don't mind me. But Year of the Dragon for Spyro, the one with all the eggs, that is the one I remembered playing the most of. I played a little bit of The Dragon, which is where you rescue the dragons that are trapped in, like, little sculptures. But other than that, I would say Spyro Year of the Dragon is the first one I fully played through, and then everything else was kind of ones I just played here and there, but I don't necessarily have a whole lot of memory of. Except for Pokemon Snap. I remember everything about that game. Best game ever. The next question comes from People, and it says, what was the first system you ever played on? Which I kind of touched base on. I would say it was probably the Nintendo 64. I know I played games on the Sega, but since I can't really remember what exactly they were or anything, I don't know if I can say that it was for sure the Sega. I would say that I probably played more on the Nintendo 64, and I actually remember playing on it. So I would say Nintendo 64 was the first system I ever truly played on. Next question comes from IKEA, and he asks, how long have you had Tequila and Gibson? Now, if you don't know who they are my beautiful kitties. Okay. Oh, we have the lights were stuck on your tail, baby. I'm sorry. Okay, so as I try to like show you who she is, she gets stuck. All right. So this is Tequila, and she's super scared because she thinks she's in trouble, and she's not. She's a good girl. So this is Tequila. She is a 1.5 years old. I got her in May of 2018. I took in 5 stray kittens for a friend of mine that she had in her yard. So I took in 5 strays and I kept one of them. She was the only female, and I decided, since Gibson only likes female kitties, I decided to keep her. And I love her so much. She's a talkative little twerp. She doesn't like being held. She does a little bit, but on her terms. Tequila, can I just... Here, just show them how cute your face is so they can see. Look at... Oh, look at her. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, so I was only able to get Tequila because Gibson is outside. But Gibson is my big old fluff ball.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
I got him in October of 2017, so I've had him for almost 2 years. I rescued him from the animal shelter. I wasn't actually able to adopt him because I was living in the dorms at the time, and the dorms don't allow for pets, and they wouldn't approve it. And since you have to put an address on the forms to adopt a pet, I had to have a friend of mine do it for me because they rejected it the first time. So I had to have a friend of mine adopt him for me, and then he gave him to me. So I got Gibson in 2017, and Tequila, I got her in 2018, and they are now best friends, and they take all sorts of naps together.
A friend is a friend till the end of the end, that's forever.
So those are my 2 precious babies. I love them so much, and I would not trade them for the world. All right, the next one comes from Spyro. It says, when are you and Josh going to get married and start a stream together? Together as partners. So if you guys don't know, Josh is my boyfriend. We've been together for a little over a year. We are not engaged, so when are we going to get married? I cannot answer that. When I first started streaming, he actually would sit right next to me and play games with me while I would stream, just because we didn't have a ton of space where I was living. But so he's gonna start streaming more, so we're slowly like starting to stream together. It's just taking a little bit of time. You know, he's gonna start growing a community, and I'm hoping that he can start making his own community as well, so then he kind of enjoys it a little bit more, so that he can have like friends that he plays with that are part of his community rather than being just from my community. So I think he'll enjoy streaming more if he starts to build people outside of mine. So like, he loves my community, don't get me wrong, but I think he wants to start building his own community, that people that like what he does rather than just knowing who he is because of me. So, but I don't really think that we'll ever stream like next to each other again, just because we have all that extra space now. Next question is from Expired Mangoes. Is a 45 IQ score normal? Yes. Don't let anyone tell you any different. The next one's from Skipsy. It says, what's your favorite game character? I think it's gonna be a weird one. I think one of my favorite game characters was Ooga Booga from Crash Bandicoot. I just always thought he was so funny, and just you always knew when he'd be around, Ooga Booga. So that's a random one. I don't know why, but Ooga Booga from Crash Bandicoot. I liked him. He might have a different name. I'm pretty sure he has a different name. What is he actually called? Aku? Is that what it is? Well, I just looked it up. I think he is Aku, the guy who says Ooga Booga. All right, so don't mind me. Favorite character, Aku from Crash Bandicoot, the guy that goes Ooga Booga. Next question is from Minus. Minus says, who got you into video games? Or what or who got you into video games? My brother. So my brother is 2.5 years older than I am. So whenever, like, I didn't have anyone else to hang out with when I was younger, obviously, and he really liked playing video games, and I always wanted to do what he was doing, because, you know, you always look up to your older siblings. So I just started playing games with him a lot, and that would be who got me into video games. And since he was really part of the whole reason why I started streaming in the first place, shout out to you, bro. Love you. What is your favorite Pokemon? You guys already know this one, but I'll bring it out anyway. My favorite Pokemon is this little one right here. Lapras. She's eating some hair from Tequila. So the reason Lapras is my favorite is I watched a lot of Pokemon when I was younger. It was really only the first season though. So the Indigo League season, I watched a lot of that, and there was always an episode called Holiday Hijinks that I love to watch over and over and over again, because I found out that Lapras was my favorite from watching that one. I just thought Lapras was the most majestic Pokemon I'd ever seen, And that is basically why Lapras is my favorite, and this is who's my favorite. So Lapras. We also have a Lapras Hugs emote for a reason. It being this little one right here. And this was actually a present that Coach got me for my birthday. He gave it to me at DreamHack back in May. So now this one just sits with me whenever I'm streaming. It's just kind of sitting right on the ground with me. But I would keep it right here, but it kind of just would be in the way a little bit. But I do always keep this in the stream room. The next question is from Horse. It says, what is your favorite alcoholic drink? I would say the one that I never get tired of. There's actually two of them that I never get tired of. And of course, they're going to be sweeter and they're not everyone's pick. The first one is Whipped Pinnacle vodka with any kind of orange soda. I like it with Crush or Sunkissed, but Sunkissed is probably the best one. But Sunkissed and Whipped Pinnacle. And the next one is UV Cake vodka with cream soda. Those are two I can never get tired of. The first time I ever did any kind of beer bong was at a party, and I didn't drink beer at the time, so I beer bonged an alcoholic, like a mixed drink. So I beer bonged the Sunkissed and the Whipped Pinnacle because I wanted to fit in. Silly me, it was a bad choice, but that's my favorite alcoholic drink. They're really easy to make. Really, when I go to the bars, I don't like getting anything too fancy. If I go to a bar, I get beer or shots. I don't get mixed drinks just because they never really come out right. But shots and beers, they always taste the same. All right, the next question comes from People. It says, how many more tattoos do you want, and what are your ideas for what you do want? So I want a lot of tattoos. I want to get a full sleeve on my arm. So you can't see right now because I have this sleeve on, but I have a tiger tattoo on my shoulder, and I want to add to the tiger. Down here, I want to get an owl, and then maybe on this side, I think I want to get an elephant, just to kind of add to it, make it look like kind of jungly or foresty or anything like that, just to kind of show like all these majestic animals that I think are absolutely beautiful. So this one's a white tiger. It has blue eyes. Yes, I know a white tiger is not a real animal. It's a genetic mutation, but I still love them. I think they're gorgeous. But I want to get an owl with orange eyes, and then the elephant. I don't know what I would do with the elephant, but that's what they're like little ideas. I'm still trying to figure it out. I do need to get a tattoo on the inside of my right ankle. I was supposed to get one for my birthday, but Josh and I never followed through with it, so not sure what we're gonna do with that. We'll figure it out. I think I want to get the Fox and the Hound. There's a scene from the Fox and the Hound I want to get right here. I'll put it up in the corner so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but I want to get that on my shoulder right here. This side I basically declared as my Disney side. I have the Aristocats on my left ankle, and then I have the outline of Simba from The Lion King that Rafiki did in the tree. I have that on my hip. So I think I wanted to make this side have a lot of Disney tattoos on it. So eventually I'll get more of those in there. But for right now, I have 9 tattoos, and I love them. The next question is from People again. It says, what age did you first start to date at? I think I was in 6th grade. That's when I kind of started dating people, but I didn't really date that much. Like, and when you're in middle school and elementary school and whatnot, when you date someone, it's for like 3 days. I'd say probably 6th grade is when I started dating, but it never really lasted very long. Josh is my longest relationship, and we've been together for a year and 3 months. So before that, my longest was 8 months, I think. So I just didn't really date a whole lot. I had a lot of other things to focus on. So Mort's question is, what is your favorite emoji? My favorite emoji is this one. Just because. Isn't that everyone's favorite? It's a little piece of poop. It's so cute. The next question comes from Skipsy. Can you hit the whoa? No. I don't even know what that is. I clearly am not up with the cool kids anymore. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the whoa is. All right, so Munster's question is, do you have a Roth IRA? No. But I should. If you don't know what that is, it is a retirement account. And I don't have one, and I really should fix that. So, I don't, but I will someday. Next question is from People. It says, what is the first thing you notice about a person? Their teeth. That seems weird, but it's like the first thing that I notice. Like, it's the thing that sticks out to me the most. And I hate to say that because I used to be the person that I had the worst teeth ever until I got braces. My teeth were all sorts of jacked up. There were teeth like way up here and like crooked and just like over each other and everything. So once I finally got my teeth fixed, I realized how much of a difference it makes when you feel like you have a nice smile. So now it's the first thing I look at the first thing I see is someone's teeth. So that's the first thing I see. That and then their eyes. All right, ham or turkey? Turkey every day of the week. I love turkey. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays because I get to eat as much turkey and potatoes as I want. That was from Skid. The next question is also from Skid. Pepperoni or cheese? Pepperoni. I love pepperoni. Sometimes I want cheese if I just really feel like I just want to be plain and I don't want to worry about picking anything off or anything like that. But pepperoni is amazing. I love the grease when it gets onto the cheese. Oh, delicious. All right, the next question is from people. It says, what is something you like to do that other people consider weird? So it's kind of considered weird now. When it first came out, it wasn't like that. But I still play Pokemon Go a lot. And there's not a lot of people that still do that. When it first came out, everyone that didn't play it was on the outside. But now that it's been 3 years and not as many people play it anymore, it's now weird if you still play it. So I guess that would be it. There's really nothing else that I do that's really weird. I guess Twitch streaming can, in my family's eyes, it's weird. They don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to them. I'd say that might be it. I don't really know if there's anything weird that I do. I talk to my cats like they're people. But I know I'm not the only person that does that with their pets. Like, I talk to my cats like they can understand me. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that, so I win. It's fine. All right, the next question is also from people. It said, what is the worst thing your parents caught you doing as a kid? When I was 14, I was on a bowling league. And there was a guy there who was 18. And we started seeing each other. And once my mom found out about that, I was grounded for like 6 months, and she got a restraining order on him. So that's probably the worst thing I got caught doing when I was a kid, because I didn't really do anything else. Like, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. So that would probably be it. Now looking back on it, I do see why it was so bad, but at the time I just thought she was trying to ruin my life, you know, dramatic as shit and everything. So 14 and 18, that's really horrible, especially when you're under the age. I was under the age of 18. It's just super inappropriate, because now, you know, I'm 23 and he'd be 27, so that doesn't sound as bad now, but when you're younger, that makes a huge difference, and it's illegal. So I understand it now, and I don't blame her. And then next question comes from Minus, and it says, how do you swallow your tongue? So my dad taught me how to do this when I was younger. I don't really know if I'll be able to show you exactly how I do it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So basically you just like, I don't know if you ever clean out the back of your throat with your tongue. Maybe that's something weird that I do. I can clean out the back of my throat with my tongue whenever it gets like really gross and filled with mucus and stuff. That sounds gross, but it's a really easy way to like clear everything out so it's like less phlegm stuck in your throat. But so you stick your tongue like to your uvula and then just like push your uvula over your tongue. I don't know. Let me see. Ta-da. I'll see if I can do it again. You have to like sort of close your mouth a little bit to get it to go back, but there you go. That's swallowing my tongue. Yeehaw. All right. So I think this next question will be the last one. It says, what is your favorite music? I'm sorry. What is your favorite music genre? It used to be country, but now I would say it's kind of alternative more so. So I really started to listen to a lot of, you know, Blink-182, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Simple Plan, Sum 41. So I'd say that's probably my favorite genre of music. I just really realize how much I like everything that they produce, I guess, everything that they come out with. Even if they're not necessarily around as much anymore as they used to be. Like Blink-182 doesn't have a ton of new stuff anymore, but I still like the way they sound. If I had known that they were going to be at the TwitchCon party when I was buying tickets, I would have gone. But I also thought the TwitchCon party was on Thursday, not on Saturday, and I got in on Thursday night after the party would have been over, and it just would have been really sad. So, all right, so I'm going to say that that's where we end the Q&A for the first one, just because we got about 10 more questions to do, and I don't want this video to go on for another 30 minutes, because I may go into more depth with these. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I will get the second part of the video posted here in probably about a week, so we'll do Q&A part 1 this week, and then Q&A part 2 next week. So if there's more questions that you guys want to ask, you're free to do so that way we can keep adding on to it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to comment on the video, something you're surprised about hearing. Like the video as well, and then subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah.